First riffle is a little backed up. I don't like seeing the water boil like that. Second riffle looks pretty good. So now I'm wondering if our water level dropped or if we got some kind of a rock blockade. I think it's our water. There weren't any rocks in there. So I'll be back in a minute. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to move some of these ridiculous rocks since everybody likes running unclassified. And here we go. Ta-da! Here's our clean out. A lot of big rocks in it still. Plenty went through. So we're gonna have to classify this back down to 1/2 inch. We are back with our clean out. We classified it back down to 1/2 inch. Yeah, that's from 2 riffles. Looks to be less than a gallon. This is a 4-gallon bucket. I don't know, maybe somewhere around 1/2 gallon, 2/3. So now we're just gonna feed this through our mini because I don't like panning. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with panning. I like test panning and I like finish panning, but you know, I just don't feel like going through all that material. Well, we got good signs. We got lead showing up. So that means our big one did something. And that's how I like to feed this little guy here, is without a scoop. That way I can just kind of spread the material evenly. Because the little one, you know, it's not as hungry as the big one. This is a very low flow system. You can see we got a lot of heavy material in here because that first riffle started backing up a little bit. I could see gold showing up. Show you guys in a minute. Now I know how much you guys love gold. There's some right there. There's some right there. Yeah. Gold. All right, we'll be right back. Get this bucket cleaned out. Get the gold weighed up. Here we have what's left of our cleanup after running through the small Kreeger, and there's what's left of our gram of gold. So we're gonna weigh that out. And we did lose some. know, always, every time you run. But we lost some using the smaller unit to clean it up. I mean, it is recoverable. It's in our concentrate bucket, but
it ain't much. Okay. There must have been some in the long tom concentrates.
we did start with 1.01, so.
Well, we picked some up in some of the other material we ran. Anyways, we didn't lose it.
So this is the gold we took that gram from. You can see, I think that one in the middle there might be over 20 mesh. Most of this is under 20 mesh. And if you look at the bottom, there's some pretty fine stuff in there. So, what happened with our test, which is inconclusive and requires further testing, what happened with it was we had some long tom concentrates that we threw in the sluice previous to our live video, and that probably had some amount of gold in it. We didn't fully purge it, but our clean out bin, I also noticed, had some extremely fine, like 200 to 400 mesh, if I remember correctly. Very little, an insignificant amount, but I didn't want to lose it, so I threw it back through the sluice, and that's why we came up a few hundredths over where we should have been. You know, I was expecting high 90s recovery rate out of 1.01 gram. Should have been, you know, maybe 0.98 or something. And we got 1.04, so there's definitely some issues with that last test, so it'll need to be redone. I don't always have enough water in the creek to run it, and I don't exactly have the pumps to run it. So if anybody would like to do some Kreeger testing with me out here in California, get in contact and let me know. We'll establish a time and place. We can run the small one, we can run the big ones, whatever you like.